Hey everyone, welcome back to Tokyo Dark. In the last episode, we met the Collector, went back to see Mai, learned about her brother, and are pursuing an investigation about the mask. So, that's where we're going to be picking up today. I'm going to get right into things. Okay, inside is the interior of a traditional tea shop, but it doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. Octopus balls? Sure, why not? I guess? Oh there, would you be interested in buying some, the finest takoyaki in Tokyo? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at a food stand at a festival. They will make you question everything you know about octopus in ball form. You could say no to that sales pitch. Sure, I'll take some. Oh, you're right. This is the best made takoyaki I've had. Thank you, miss. Best takoyaki on all the islands. Sandy plus 10, professionalism minus 1, neurosis minus 10. Ugh. I suppose because they're not healthy for you? At least my sanity's gone back up to... Probably shouldn't have done that. What are these three guys going on about? Look. Tourists likely, I can hear them speaking English. My English isn't so great, so I doubt they'll be of much help, but I wonder what they're talking about. Listen. Oh, is there something we can help you with? No, wait, Japanese? Your Japanese is perfect. As a college professor, if it wasn't, I'd probably be out of a job. I'm not a college professor, but I work in a Japanese software company, so I'd be in a bit of trouble too. Oh, don't look at me, I just live here, well, not in Tokyo, in the suburbs. Wow. I think you guys might speak Japanese better than I do. I mean... Sorry, I just I never would have thought. Would you prefer to speak English instead? No, please, Japanese is fine. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to be nosy. I guess I don't see people wearing yukata this late in the year. Is there a festival or something? Yeah, no, we come to Asakusa every year, and the yukata became part of the tradition after a while. Guess it makes us stand out more than we already do, huh? Don't knock tradition, Tony. Admittedly, my legs are a little cold, though. Ask about Takashi's. Don't make excuse to leave. Ask about Takashi's dojo. Might as well. You guys come here every year. You must know the area pretty well by now. I'm looking for Kendo Jojo, where Takashi Kawana works. Should be in this area. Kawana? Why does that name seem so familiar? Oh, right! He's the Kendo instructor at the dojo right behind us. People say he's some kind of prodigy. I wouldn't be surprised if he became a master in time. Supposedly, he's very particular about who he trains. I suppose he doesn't want to waste his time with people who aren't serious. Makes sense when you think about it. With how good he is, he must get a ton of wanna-be kendo masters coming to him. Seems like he trains a lot of police, too. In the time we've been standing here, we've seen a few come in and out. All that, and I think he's still in his 20s for someone so young. He must be under a lot of pressure. No kidding. I've heard talk of an inter-departmental kendo tournament. It's become a matter of pride for different regional departments. I wish my work did martial arts competitions between departments. Nothing would work out the unspoken tension between me and my boss quite like a good smack to the jawline. Police fighting each other, huh? That must be pretty brutal. I mean, I guess police in Japan don't really have to use force all that much, though. Anyway, how do you know so much about the dojo anyway? I mean, I live in Shinagawa, and I don't know anything that specific about it. You see, it says it right here in the dojo's flyer. He was out here about 10 minutes ago before you came, handing them out. Kind of seemed a little prickly, so we didn't talk to him, though. I admit, it would have been much cooler if we'd known that off the top of our head. But we're glad to be able to help you regardless. It makes me feel a little silly now trying to learn about him from a flyer. Considering you train so many police, I'm surprised I never heard of him until now. Are you associated with the police somehow? Oh, me? Oh, of course not. Investigator, see? Like, private detective. Listen, if anyone comes by asking about a female detective, just, sorry I don't speak Japanese, right? Exactly, I appreciate it. Anyway, I should get going. Sorry to bother you. Thanks for the information, guys. Our pleasure. Good luck with the dojo. Let us know if you learn any kendo tricks. The men in the department always puffed out their chests when they talked about the kendo competition. Like it was going to impress me or something. Never paid it much attention. Still, trained as someone related, however faintly to the mask, has yet another tie to my old life. Takashi Kawana seems like an interesting guy, but very serious and not keen on strangers. At least I didn't have to use any English. That would have been a disaster. Interesting. Look. This looks like the dojo I was looking for. It's a very traditional aesthetic. So you're gonna walk in here and we're gonna run into that one cop that is a bit of a douche. Right? Of course we are. Why the fuck? Why wouldn't we? Takashi. Or maybe we won't. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Takashi, who are you? Detective Ito, a friend of mine. What's the best way to introduce yourself as? A friend of mine or a detective? Too many confusing questions. Both! We're gonna go with a friend of mine's. For now. You're a friend of my sister's? You expect me to believe that? Well, I didn't get to see what... I didn't catch what the point said up top. Probably, professionalism minus something. A little old, don't you think? Gee, thanks. Really, you think I wouldn't recognize you? You're the officer who was at the shrine in April who almost got her killed. Yeah... I'm a dumbass. I should have said the police detective. And now you're lying about it, pretending to be your friend to no doubt get something from me. Don't look so shocked. Your little deception was easy to read is all. After your idiocy in Kamakura, I heard my crying over the phone every night for a month. Don't bother anymore now. Get out of here before myself or one of your fellow officers throw you out. Well, that was a big fucking mistake. Well, that didn't go well. Maybe Mai will know how to soften up her brother. Oh, that was a stupid fucking decision. Well, that was dumb. I should have just... Why did I think that was a good idea? Oh, boy. She even said at the beginning when we got there, was like, oh, you have to be careful what you say or do, and it's like, fuck me, I should have went straight up pure honest route instead of trying to cover things up. All of a sudden, an option to kill her comes back. I think I managed to find your runner. He didn't seem exactly happy to see me. Yup, you found Big Brother, right? He's been protective over me ever since we were little. I know I'm probably wasting my revenge. Would you be willing to come talk to him? I don't think he'll tell me anything on my own. You want me to help? You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family's been acting so strangely. Even my own brother is keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. Sure, I'll come with you, Ito. If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me on my way, but if you were there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything. You sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better. No more stupid little Mai. I'd rather be hurt and know than happy and ignorant. But before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days if she doesn't know where I am, she can really set her off. Alright, I'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, Mai. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. I probably should have handled that better. What is this? A dead crow lies in the middle of the street. Small body is in a bad state of decay. Covered in dead blood. Dried blood. The maggots have begun eating its remains. Was that her earlier? I don't remember that being there earlier. That's a bad sign, right? That's an omen. I said no visitors, leave me alone. My grandma, it's me, open the door. Oh my, it's you, please come in. Yes, come in. Oh. Get out! That's all I can see this is gonna be happening. Wait, what is she doing here? It's okay, Grandma, she's here to help. Help! Ha, don't make me laugh. You were supposed to help me, remember? I felt something and you were going to free me from the past. Free you? Are you talking about the mask? Do not discuss that horrid thing here. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it. Like needles in my skin dragging me to it. In my dreams, I can still see that place. Have you seen it too, Detective? A dark place where those we've lost reside? I'm so old and I've wasted so much time and yet the pain won't go away. My poor Emiko. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her. Emiko? You mean Mom? Find her? What are you talking about? She's gone. Takashi told me she died after I was born. Yes, of course. You shouldn't be asking about such things, Mai. If it weren't for this woman, you'd be safe at the shrine. No, Grandma, you're wrong. I'm not safe while everyone lies to me. I'm going to see Takashi. If you don't tell me the truth, he will. Mai, listen to yourself. You must stop. Opening the door to the past will solve nothing. Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please don't go down this path. You look so much like her. You know your mother. And you, Detective, perhaps my granddaughter's too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen, what you think you're able to do, but keep my family out of it. We've suffered enough. You don't know anything about me. Besides, I'm not the one hiding things from my family. Tell me, do you know the story of Izanagi and Izanami? Grandma, this again? I'm sure Aito's not interested in hearing some old myth. Really, we should get going. Sorry, there. Though I've told you this story so many times, you don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be of use for this woman to hear it. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods known to us as the Kami. In legend, it was the drops of the ocean water that fell from Izanagi's jeweled spear that created the islands of Japan. When they descended to our lands, they brought their love and devotion with them to the realms of mortals. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabited the natural world all around us. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Kagetsuchi, the Kami of fire, she was horribly burnt and suffered mortal wounds. As she lay dying and faced with her mortality, a new Kami were born from her suffering. Kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable, and in his rage, he struck down the child that killed his love. Unable to accept her death, he ventured deep underground to Yomi no Kuni, the land of the dead. Half blind and distraught with grief, he wandered into the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Though unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try and ask the gods of Yomi no Kuni permission to return to the land of the living. Incapable of restraining his desire to see his love, Izanagi set his comb alight in order to look upon his lost love. What greeted him was the sight of her decaying, worm-eaten face. In horror, Izanagi attempted to flee Yomi no Kuni. Izanami enraged sent dark spirits to pursue him and drag him back to her. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kuni with a great boulder. So you see, it is our brutality that brings suffering into the world. Yet, resisting it is a perversion of the natural order. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some of the things cannot be changed. Some doors should never be opened. You must stop. Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths. We're talking about real things. The story may be a myth, but there is a truth within it. Can't you see that? The things you pursue, they're unnatural, unclean. Heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First, those bastards take my Imiko, then you show up. Perhaps I'm being punished for my sins. Mai, come here. Come here, my sweet child. We must keep you away from her. No, Grandma, I told you already. I'm going to see Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore. No, you can't. You can't. We must protect our family from outsiders. Mai, you're reopening old wounds. Leave us alone. Let us heal. Heal? You think I want to heal? Can't you see how much these lies have hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Ito. You're delusional. Let you tell your stories about kami and spirits. Takashi might hide things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's going to tell me the truth about everything, Mom and Dad too. No, stop it. I'll tell you about your parents, how they... You can't, can you? You never told me how they died. The reasons always change every time I ask. No, Mai, please, you must listen. They might be listening. They're still out there, and they haven't forgiven me. Can't you see? They? What are you talking about? You're insane. I'm sorry I spoke to you that way. Be back to check on you soon. Don't go, please. Goodbye, Grandma. They might be listening, huh? The dark? I'm sorry, she's gotten much worse since you last saw her. No, it's fine. Why do you think she told us that story? About Izanagi? I don't know. It was kind of creepy, wasn't it? She was talking about it like she really believed it. Come on, let's go see Takashi. Moral of the story is, you can't bring back the dead. Right? So... Are you saying that we can't bring... We're not going to be able to bring Tanaka back? I kind of already assumed that was going to be the case. But the weird conundrum about that is that... Yeah, sure, you can't bring back the dead, but the dead can kill the living? Because she shot Reina in the head, apparently. And there was Reina in the sewer who killed Tanaka. Fill me some logic, please. Whoa, where do you think you're going? Mai and I are leaving, what of it? Oh, well, you can't. I got a call from Mai's grandma and she says she's having health issues, so she has to stay. I didn't ask what they were. Wouldn't want to be caught fainting on my shift again, but it must be pretty bad if she called. Mai's in and out, her grandmother can't keep her here, let's go. No, you don't understand, you're not going anywhere. The fuck? Use violence? Why is use violence the only option? I don't like to use using violence. Using violence. I don't want to use violence. Use violence. Violence. Punches the guy right in the... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. For Sandy minus... I know, what are you doing? Is he going to be okay? Oh. What happened? Why did it... I don't know, what are you doing? Is he going to be okay? He'll be up again in a few hours. Why did he stop us like that? He's never done that before. What? The words are being cut off. What the frick? This game's glitching out. It's glitching out! Shouldn't have done that. I'm guessing she says you shouldn't have done that? He'll be fine. Let's go. Wait, we can't just leave him here. What if he's hurt? What the fuck? I found a bug, guys. Come on, let's go. He might not be the only one who wants us to... But fine, let's go. Okay, that was weird. I read what I could out of that, but Jesus Christ. It cut some stuff off. Big time. Alright, let's travel to... Man, oh man. That means I lost like a whole bunch of points in... Yeah... Professionalism minus 22. There had to have been a better way. Maybe going back to talk to the, going back to talk to the grandmother maybe might have... Maybe she would have been able to tell us more. Maya, what are you doing here? Did she make you come? It's not like Takashi, it was my idea. I asked her to come talk with you, but you sent her away. This woman almost got you killed. Do you expect me to cooperate with her? Surely, if you need to talk to me, you can come yourself. My sister doesn't need to be involved. No. If I came alone, you just evade all my questions like you always do. Besides, there's something I need you to see. See what? What are you talking about? Where did you get that? Put it away. So you do know what it is. I knew you were hiding something from me. That's not true. I wasn't hiding it. It's not something you ever needed to know about. Besides, why is she carrying that in the first place? Wait, don't change the subject. This isn't about Ito. Maya, I understand that you're upset with me, but we should talk about this another time. Furthermore, that mess has nothing to do with you. You're wrong. Back in April, when Maya was held at knife point by another girl, it was this mask she was after. A mask your family is connected to. Looking for it? I suppose I've been a fool to think I'd keep the truth of our family's past away from you. The past? Does this have to do with Mom and Dad? Yes, and so much more. I first saw that mask when I was a child, before you were born. Truth is, it belonged to a cult called the Kamen Kai, of which our parents were members. The Kamen Kai? Does that sound familiar? A cult? You're kidding. How did your parents get mixed up in that? I know how it sounds. I find it hard to believe myself. They're a group led by a guru named Tokimasa, who promised a simpler life away from the hypocrisy and falseness of city life. Our parents both had master's degrees, and my mother was on her way to earning her PhD. They chose to give up their lives and their careers, to follow some mystic, and live on a compound instead. The Kamen Kai were one of many such groups back then. I was a child and didn't understand. The thing about our parents were deceived, and what they put me and Mai through is unforgivable. The mask was on the compound, but for what purposes or what they believed it could do, I don't know. Do you think there are any members of the Kamen Kai left who'd know? No, you see, there are no surviving members. They died, all of them, including our parents. Sorry, I don't remember much about it. One night, Grandma came into the room where we were sleeping, saying we had to go. The compound was in the woods, so it was dark, and I could barely see. But she kept charging forward with Mai in her arms and dragging me behind. When we were back in Tokyo several days later, Grandma told me that our parents were dead. She didn't seem sad. It was as if she expected it. The government censored much of what happened, so I was never able to learn how they died. Me and Grandma didn't speak of it, ignoring it as if my childhood and everything that happened in those woods was all a bad dream. If it weren't for her, we'd probably be dead with our parents, but ignoring it couldn't erase the anger I felt towards them. I wonder if they even cared what might happen to us. As a high schooler, I spent more time trying to find out about the Kamen Kai than I did studying. I thought that if I could understand why my parents so willingly gave up their lives and abandoned us, I'd stop feeling so betrayed. But I was wrong. Nothing I found gave me any peace. Mom and Dad died as some part of cult? I don't believe it. It's true, I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I guess that in hiding it from you, I was able to hide away my feelings as well. I think for Grandma it was too painful to talk about. I believe she took possession of the shrine in order to live a simpler life. We had to keep it secret. There's no way we could live a normal life with the stigma of the Kamen Kai attached to us. I suppose keeping that secret hurt us both dearly. For me, pursuing Kendo gave me some measure of control over my life again. But Grandma, who made a choice to leave her only daughter behind, she always seemed to carry the guilt of it with her. She started going out at night, howling about how she was looking for Mom. When she'd come home, she would have a rotten stink on her clothes. I was too scared to confront her, so I tipped off the police. They found her wandering in the sewers holding nothing but the mask. Same one from the cult compound all those years before, and the one you hold now. What? She was wandering in the sewers with nothing but the mask, looking for their mother, or I guess her daughter. Oh, this is not. Oh. Okay, yeah, this game, yeah. Alright, game, alright. I was shocked when they gave it to me. I hadn't seen it for so long, and all the unpleasant memories from my past came floating back. That's when I decided to leave Kamakura. It was the only way I could move on with my life. That doesn't account for how the mask ended up with your grandmother in the first place. I don't know how she got it. It seemingly appeared out of thin air, or maybe someone gave it to her. She never said. I left the mask with her. It always made me uneasy. It had a strange aura about it. Wait, Grandma was looking for Mom in the sewers? I don't remember any of this. You were in the dorms at your school at the time. Grandma's strange behavior was part of why I insisted on you going to those private schools away from Kamakura. I couldn't drag you into the madness of our past. Parted ways without ever speaking of it, and she was much better by the time you returned to Kamakura. Detective, what exactly is you're looking for? Surely our family sister isn't of use to you. I'm assuming you've heard about what happened to my partner. This mask was there again when he died. It's more than an ornament. I need to know where it came from. If that's true, I want to help your partner. He seemed like a nice person. No, Ma, you've helped me plenty. I have to do this on my own. Ito is right. I apologize for not telling you all this sooner, but you can't be involved in something so dangerous. I already thought I'd lost you that day at the shrine. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you now. Alright, thank you for finally telling me the truth, Takashi. I'll head back for now. I hope you remember that I'm your sister. I may not remember the same things you do, but we're still family. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for your help, Mai. You're right, Mai. I'll come visit you soon. It looks like she's gone. Mai's not here. There's no need to be coy. No doubt take possession of that mask has taken its toll on you. Even in the brief time I was in contact with it, I felt an immense darkness behind it. I had such strange dreams and saw things I never would have dreamed up on my own. There was always an unusual air about it that I couldn't stand to be around. Maybe lying to Mai again makes me a hypocrite. All I know is I don't want her getting hurt. But like you said, I don't believe that mask simply wouldn't paint. Though I doubt anyone else would believe us. No one ever did except for one man. On the street there's an old tea shop. Perhaps you saw it on the way in. An old historian named Yasuhisa is there occasionally. He was the only one who ever acknowledged what I said about the mask as truth. If you're looking for information on that mask, he may be the best person to ask. I never pursued the topic with him, but I speak with him occasionally on other topics. His mind is a vault of valuable information. Hopefully, he can shed some light on what it really is. Investigation +1. I hope so, but please, detective, be careful. I only get +1 investigate for all that, but I lost so many other points doing everything else and all the other shit to get around. Oh boy. Enter tea shop. The historian Yasuhisa? Really, he's just there? The guy said, oh, he's only there every once in a while, and it's like you just go in, it's like, oh, he's right there. Welcome. Come in. Do sit down. No need to be so formal. Stand there like a statue. How can I help you? Are you Yasuhisa? Takashi told me to come speak with you. Oh, and how is Mr. Kawana? Still prickly as ever, I suppose? I've always found him to be wise beyond his years, though perhaps not by choice. I digress. My apologies. It's It's the quirks that come with old age, you know. What does Mr. Cowan think I can help you with? I'm looking into a few things related to the Kamenkai the group his family got mixed up in. More difficult answer than you might expect. You see, there are two groups that share that name. The first, as you know, is the religious group formed by the guru Tokimasa. Second is an ancient older order over 1,000 years old. What's that you're holding? Well, the mask. I was told it's related to the Kamenkai, or the newer one, and that you would tell me about it. That explains many things, child. The far-off look in your eyes, for one. I imagine you have many more questions. Masks are interesting, are they not? They're meant to be a disguise, and yet a mask cannot lie or contort itself to hide the truth. In that sense, it is the mask that is more truthful than the human faces we hide underneath them. I wonder how you came to be in possession of an object with such a dark history. I think it might be related to a missing person, but I don't know anything about it beyond that. But that itself is the essence of history. Layers upon layers of personal connections that are continuously peeled back to their root. Relics like the one you hold often take unusual routes to where they end up. Relics. If it's from the Kamenkai cult from the 90s, then I'd hardly call it a relic. Misguided and deceptive as he was, Tokimasa was no fool. In order to gain new followers, he needed to give the cult historical legitimacy. He collected obscure objects and gave them new meanings that he could control in order to manipulate his followers. The mask was what he chose, along with the name of the group that created it. Interesting, isn't it? So you're telling me that the mask is actually from the original group, not just the new group. So it's thousands of years old? Lovely. Yeah, I guess so. Only, I guess I was hoping you could tell me some other things about it. For instance, like why, Now that I'm about to say it's out loud, it sounds silly. I'm sorry I bothered you. Don't be silly. You wonder, for example, why holding the mask seems to take you to another place? Or perhaps why you can see visions that don't seem real? Why you feel a strong will exerting itself on you? Oh yes, I know about all those things too. How could you know about that? When Tokimasa was in possession of it, he believed it showed him a path to the realm of the gods. He wrote extensively on the subject. Though unlike most, I don't discount such phenomena as the ravings of a madman when the phenomena repeats itself. Do you, too, look into the inky blackness and see familiar shapes in the shadows? Not shadows. I see and hear people who are supposed to be dead. Find things I couldn't possibly have found otherwise. Most interesting. Tell me, Detective. Oh, apologies. Do you mind if I call you that? I don't remember telling you I was a detective. Ha, my mistake. You must forgive me. A slip of the tongue. I believe it was the way you carried yourself. Determined investigators such as yourself have such a sense of purpose in their mannerisms, you see. And you seem rather determined to get to the bottom of whatever it is you're chasing. Or, you know, you just saw her picture in the paper or on the news, because apparently everybody knows her. Tell me, does me telling you that your experiences are not an illusion provide you any level of comfort? I'm not sure, but I do feel something, maybe hope? It's like I finally got a foothold on solid ground. Ah yes, knowledge is a light in a dark places, is it not? Knowledge is a light in dark places. Yeah. To think a relic of such import would end up with a detective. Do you mind if I ask you something? Which do you believe? Are our lives controlled by fate, pre-measured threads that determine our deeds, or wishes, and our ends the minute we come into existence? Sorry, I'm going to reread that. Which do you believe? Are our lives controlled by fate? Pre-measured threads that determine our deeds, our wishes, and our ends the minute we come into existence? Or conversely, is our thread subject to the chaos inherent in our universe instead? Does it change according to our deeds and that which happens to us seemingly by accident? Do there's fate or chance that decides which threads of life are cut short and which are followed? I actually get to choose? Myself, and in real life, if you were to ask me this question, I would probably say that would entirely depend. I kind of would fit in the middle of this. I would believe that certain events are probably possibly predetermined by fate, whether, benign or otherwise. Doesn't matter. Certain things may be, fate. However, most things are probably done by chance. That's the way I would see it. I would see, big key events in your life, probably fate, destined to happen, certain things. But chance takes up most of the other things, more mundane, usual stuff that happens in your day to day. And some stuff. I mean, you may think it is minute and doesn't really have that much of an effect on you, but eventually, you know what I mean. Small things build into something bigger. It's like you do one thing one day and you don't think it amounts to much, but then 10 years later it comes back and it's like, holy shit. Anyways, chance or fate. Interesting decision. What should I choose for our Detective Ito? Is it chance or is it fate? I'm gonna say chance for this one. I imagine the story will completely change depending on which option I choose here, but I'm gonna go chance. Yes, of course, maybe you feel like your life has been somewhat out of your control as of late. Control, huh? To be honest, I don't feel like I've had much of that since the mask came to me. You said that the mask was made by the old Kamenkai. Why? Confusing me can't be the purpose of it was made for. Confusing me. I asked a more complicated answer than you might have wished for. Indeed, it should come as no surprise that the creation of such a mysterious object is equally enigmatic. Perhaps you could do me a favor, don't worry. It's in relation to this very topic. An important book has gone missing from my shop. If you could retrieve it for me, I feel it could shine a great deal of light on the subject. What kind of book? A book of the missing variety. I'm sorry, it concerns the mask bearer. Mask bearer? That's me, right? Although you carry it, it does not make you its bearer. All will become clear when the book is returned to me. Sounds easy enough. Where can I start looking? Oh, you needn't go far. The man who has it is right outside this building. In fact, as I said, it's not much of an errand, but I, of course, cannot leave my shop. He's right outside? This won't take long. I'll be right back. He's right outside. It's him? Ask about tea shop. The little tea shop next door? Isn't that place closed down? Closed? That can't be right. What else do you know about it? Pure conjecture on this one, but I think it might be owned by the kendo instructor from the dojo down the street. On account of him being the only one I ever see in there. You might not believe me, but I swear I saw him in there chatting away to himself. Possibly he's a little nuts. Then again, it might be some awesome kendo meditation technique. Oh man, why didn't I think of that before? Next time I'll ask him some pointers instead of spying on him, eh? Word to the grapevine is that he's a regional champion or something and has trained some of the best. Lots of cops train with him too, so he must be good. Must not be crazy after all. Speaking of which, I have a bit of a crazy question for you. I know you said it was closed, but do you know anything about a book taken from there, maybe recently? I was led to believe you would. Oh geez. Go on. Like I said, this place has been empty for years, but I spent a lot of time outside, and half the time the door is wide open. So one day, a few months back, I decided to take a look around, and nothing suspicious or nothing. I was just curious is all. Cough. Oh, curiosity killed the cat, right? Anyway, it was all dusty and old, and there was all sorts of weird stuff laying around. So I might have taken a little souvenir. I mean, it wasn't super old or nothing, so I figured no one would miss it. Besides, it wasn't for me. It was for my kid brother. That kid can get deep in the dumps sometimes, so I tried to be on standby for when that happens, you know? So I figured a little gift would cheer him up. And back then he was going through some particularly rough times. His bitch wife, pardon my language, miss, had left him and taken their kid daughter with her. He still doesn't talk about it, like he's in denial or something. Whoops, got off track again. I was heading to visit him with the ill-gotten book when I got this phone call saying he was in the hospital. He'd OD'd on expensive sake and sleeping pills. Thank God the idiot decided to do it at the bar he owns with the door unlocked. Customer came in and called the ambulance. If it wasn't for that, I'm not sure if he'd still be here. That's quite the story. Sounds like he wanted to be found. Yeah, I think so too. I think he was trying to ask for help in his own way. In any case, I took the book to him while he was in the hospital. Tried to show him that even if when he was at the lowest there was someone out there trying to do something for him, you know? I think it helped for a minute anyhow. As soon as the doctors let him leave, he went right back to the toxic little bar. I hope he's okay. He's got issues, but he's my little brother and I worry about him. He's not going to answer his phone calls later. Originally, my brother's bitch ex-wife, sorry again, had the brilliant idea to put his skill to work and cheap her to town. Despite that, he's holding it together everything he got. The place is slowly bankrupting him, but he won't let it go. All he has to do is sign some papers and move on, but he can't. Something about it has its claws sank deep into him. I'm trying to get him to join me in my business for years. He's a great chef and would make a killing. Maybe it's not the same as owning a whole bar, but serving passer-by and really getting some sunshine is good for the soul. Plus, food stands are doing really well abroad, I hear. It's not gonna turn out to be Daizo, is it, from Shinjuku? Just much better than wasting away in Shinjuku at any rate. He's in Shinjuku. It's fucking Daizo, isn't it? Yeah, and a Simon Little Side Street. Anyway, if that book is important, he's probably still got it at his place. You want the address? Wait, I knew you looked familiar. Your brother's Daizo, right? No! It is Daizo! What the fuck? What the hell's going on here? This game has got Small World written all over it. Well. You know him? Well, Small World. He was probably the smile on my face that threw you off. Tell him his brother Haruto says hi. While you're at it, tell him that the takoyaki stands are still the future of cuisine, and to get his butt over here. I'll do that. Thanks for all your help. What Buddy says about the interesting bit about that one is the going to into the tea club and saying that, oh, Buddy's in there talking to himself. Why is there so many weird parts of like old guy who seems to know a bunch of everything in that place, and the collector in Akihabara? It's like, what the hell's with all the weird fucking stuff? Man. Alright. Back to Shinjuku. Enter. I don't even have the option to look anymore. Hi, Ami, how can I help you today? Hey, Daisa, how are things? Oh, hey, you know, same old, same old. Funny thing, I met your brother while I was in Asakusa today. Haruto? You met Haruto? What are the chances? Who knows? It's pretty random. Who'd thought? So, is he still selling takoyaki? Did he say anything? He is. He said to remind you that takoyaki stands as the future cuisine and that you should go and help him. Haha. Yeah, you talked to Haruto, alright. Always optimistic, that guy. Actually, I have a favor to ask of you. Do you still have the book your brother gave you a few months ago? The only thing that guy gives me is headaches. Not sure if I can help you, Ayami. He said he gave it to you when you were in the hospital. Oh, what makes you think I was in the hospital? I didn't even go to the hospital for checkups, Besides that, those bringing me stuff all the time. Always trying to drag me kicking and screaming over to where the grass is greener. This should have been more recently, after a rough patch. Maybe it was stupid to come and ask. Oh, no, it's fine. That idiot, always running his mouth, friggin' traitor. Those are just some hard times, nothing serious. I just drink too much is all. Sorry, Detective, I don't want to talk about it. Alright, I understood. I'm not here to dig up bad memories. Thanks, you said you were looking for a book, right? Truth is, I don't remember a book. I do remember Haruto giving me an old magazine, though, back in the hospital. That's one of the ones I used to read when I was younger, when things weren't quite so complicated. Wait there a second, I may have it in the storeroom still. Dang it, sorry, Amy, hold on a sec. Let me see how much junk someone actually accumulates over the years. Maybe we should show some of this old stuff out, huh? Here it is. Is this yours, Detective? Hey! Isn't that picture... I see. Is Reina the mask bearer? Fucking crazy. This is why he said he saw the picture. He said, wait, can I... He said it looked familiar, but he couldn't place it, I think, when I asked him. It's fucking the cover of the goddamn magazine. Fucking... Alright, okay. Let's keep going. Huh, hey, no wonder I recognize that photo you brought by. It's the same girl, an idol named Ruby. Reina. No, Ruby. See, it says Arito on their cover. Pretty crazy that it was still in my shop. Guess that means you're still looking for her. Wonder why you keep running into each other. Weird luck, I guess. I don't buy it. You're a hell of a detective. You must have a pretty sharp nose. If you say so, Daiso. Do you mind if I take this? Like I said, it's yours. About time I started getting rid of some of my old junk. Thank you. See you around, Ayami. I'll take care, Daiso. Now that is suspicious. I didn't think I was going to find something like this. Huh. Enter tea shop. Oh, welcome back, Detective. Is that the book I see in your hands? Guess I'm a little surprised. Are you trying to tell me Reina is the mask bearer you talked about? It's hard to believe. Does it surprise you? After all, it is she who you see in the dark, is it not? Dark. That's what the collector called it, too. How did Reina get tied up in all this? The dark. I only know that somehow the girl's path and the mask collided as if by chance. What circumstances led to this intersection is our mystery, I'm afraid. People always see history as something in the distant past involving old men and black and white pictures, but that book and that girl are as much part of history as the rest. The threads that connect the past to the present and the people to each other are not always apparent. Peel back the layers of connection and the randomness of our universe neatly orders itself. A teen idol, an ancient order, the tool they created, and the detective who holds it now are all forming a neat and tidy line. Reina was some sort of idol living in Tokyo, not part of a sleeper cell of some cult. Doesn't add up. Oh, that detective we can agree. So why don't we start at the beginning? Child the Mask ceased to be a mere object. The story starts in ancient times, in the year 1333. It's not that ancient, but all right, I'll take your word for it. Let's go. When I think ancient times, I'm thinking ancient Greece or ancient China or not China, ancient Egypt or something. You know, like okay, you know, the pharaohs building the pyramids and shit. That's older than 1333. At the time, Kamakura was the capital of Japan. Led by the Hojo clan, it was a time of peace, prosperity, and enlightenment. Peace among men is cyclical, and like so many before them and so many after, their time of peace came to an end. The Nita clan, loyal to the Emperor Go-Daigo, led a siege against the Hojo-controlled Kamakura, taking the city as the tide receded, leaving a key passage open to the invaders. The Hojo clan fled to the caves of their family temple. For them, there was no hope of victory or escape. They chose to retain their honor. Instead of surrendering, the 870 Hojo samurai, including the last 3 regents, committed mass suicide. However, the Hojo Nita clans, embroiled in their quest for empire, could not see the role they played in the plans of another group, the religious sect. However, the Hojo Nita clans, embroiled in their quest for empire, could not see the role they played in the plans of another group, the religious sect known as the Kamankai. It is sad that in the flames of Kamakura, a girl was seen wandering the streets, observing the carnage of the burning city. The girl lost to the histories by the name of Chikako Shichio. Shichio? The last survivor of the Kamankai. Okay, so what are the Kamankai were trying to do? They failed. I mean, they all died, right? No, they did not fail. Everything went exactly as planned. Chikako Shichiko did not survive by chance. She was chosen. Chosen for what? To receive the blessings of all the spiritual energy that so much death afforded. To become the first mask bearer. Mask bearer? The Kamankai used the deaths of all those people to create this? Why? Legend has it the Kamankai sought to contain the door. A rift leading to the spiritual realm where our consciousness ceases to be and time holds no meaning. A place where cause and effect could be changed. Why? Why spend so much human life and give up so much to do that? To stop it from being abused. Imagine being able to see the world as a god, so that the flow of time and the rules which govern our world are of no consequence. This is the power of the door. To a mortal mind obsessed with the finality of death and meaningless accomplishment, such power would corrupt absolutely. Power over death. So a dark place was created to obscure the door and hide it from mortal eyes, along with a tool to control and see within the darkness. It's true, all of it. Sounds like a fairy tale, but it's true. Finding the door could be the key to bringing Tanaka back. Some doors, no matter how strong they call to us, are not meant to be opened, and the Kamankai willingly gave their lives to keep it that way. The mask opens the mind to all who come in contact with it, but it is intended for its bearer. Using it to find the door may destroy you. Maybe you're right. I could at least use it to find my way in the dark, just like the collector said. The only thing I don't get is how Reina is connected to it. That is a mystery, as Mr. Cowan had told you. The last known location of the mask was the Kamankai cult only a few decades ago. Much was suppressed about the Kamankai under Tokimasa. They existed, and then on March 4th, 1996, they met their end. Wait a second. Did they all die to create a new mask bearer? Because that photo says 1996 on it. Is that... Did they all die to create a new mask bearer, and did that mask bearer end up being Reina? Huh. There are many theories. The police killed them during their raid of the compound, or that someone within the cult had snapped and murdered the others. Nothing but conjecture, I'm afraid. The real answer lies somewhere deep within the police records, and though I remain curious, it's not something I have access to. Perhaps the best place to start is there. Finding out about the last days of the Kamikai may help light your path to the truth, though I wonder if such an object, rid from suffering, can truly put an end to it. Is it you who can finally break this terrible cycle? I spent long enough time here. I'm tired, so tired. Farewell, Detective. Sitting there comfortably, the historian Yasuhisa kindly laid out everything that I've been experiencing, like he was reading it out of a book. A mass suicide, an ancient groups, and a door to a spiritual realm. It sounds like a myth, an interesting story to be told to travelers in a bygone era. It's hard to believe it relates to Kazuki and Rina. Can't see it. The bridge between Kamakura samurai and a young girl. You said Rina fit into the story. She's a mask bearer? But how? Yasuhisa, the collector. I thought when I met them I'd entered their world and could start to understand, however faintly. But my intuition as a detective tells me they were hiding something from me still. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I need to keep going. What day is it anyway? How long have I been chasing these leads? Day turns to night, the hours bleed into each other. Even the seasons don't seem to follow the natural order anymore. Everything's blurring together. My head. Maybe I should take my medication? Ponce the scenes, finding the old man's hunch is my best bet to finally understanding the mask. Even Takahisa didn't know what happened to the Kamikai. Finding the police report is the best way forward. A few weeks ago, it would have been easy for me to ask and pull a file. It'll be even more difficult now, I imagine. What's the worst that can happen? I should head to police HQ and see what I can find. I should go take my medication. I've been trying to, but there's no option to go to the apartment. Like, every single option is grayed out except for the one that they've set me on. Is that what I get for choosing the option of for saying that felt like a puppet or something, like to the collector? I feel like some of these choices I made, I've restricted myself and done a certain path that maybe I didn't necessarily want to go down. I'm not sure what the hell's going on here. Wow. Anyways, yeah, I mean, going to the police HQ is probably the next best bet. Should I head there now? Yeah, let's head there now. I mean, there's nowhere else to go, right? Detective Tyra. Oh shit, you've got to be kidding me. Funny me and some of the other guys were just talking about you after practice the other day. Specifically, we were taking bets on how long it would be before you showed your face again. Shame you coming in here now cost me 10,000 yen. Not that it matters. Ever since you left, things are looking up for me. I won the last Department Kendo tournament, and I've been enjoying my promotion. Oh yeah, thanks for the new office, by the way. Anyway, non-active duty cops, or you in other words, ain't allowed in HQ right now, so what do you want? Go to hell, I need a favor. Go to hell! Go to hell! Fuck off! That's gonna end me with nothing. I need a favor. Yeah, let's... Oh, this is not gonna end well. Fudge sickles. Potato salad. Oh man, this just gets better and better. Begging me for a favor, huh? What kind of figured you might someday. So what do you want me to do? I have to sneak into the evidence locker, steal your gun back for you? Ha, I'd like to do anything for you. The brass have already told everyone in the damn station to steer clear of you. You're considered bad luck for people's careers, well, myself included, I suppose. I wouldn't expect anyone to do you any favors from here on if you were you. And I'd rather not people see us talking and think that we're all friendly or something. Now get out before I have to call someone down here. Threaten with violence or exit the police? Let's just exit the police station. I don't want to threaten him with violence. That's not going to end. That's not going to end with anything. The only destination is back to Asacursa. Fucking Tyra. Look. Inside the interior of the traditional tea shop doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. I don't want to buy some octopus balls again. Oh, because you won the kendo competition? Surprised to see you back. How can I help you, detective? The historian, what is he? You train police. The historian. I spoke to Yasuhisa, the historian. +1. Oh, good. And Takeshi, what is he? I don't understand your question. He's one of them. Them? I tell you, alright. He's just an old man. What else could he be? No, Takashi, you must have noticed there's something off about him. Like the collector, but no. Exactly like him. Not exactly like him. I'm not sure what Yasuhisa told you to scare you like this, but I've known him for years. He's a bit eccentric and too philosophical for his own good, but he's harmless. Let me offer some advice. What you're feeling right now, it's not him. It's you. The more time I spent researching the Kamenkai in the past, the more I began to feel the world had gone mad. But it didn't. It continued to turn on its axis as it always does. It was me who became unhinged. You can always walk away, detective. Some mysteries aren't worth solving. No, my vote says there's something off about him. So your dojo trains a lot of people in the police. That's right, I train many of them personally. Do you know Akira Terra, detective in Tokyo HQ? Ah yes, Detective Terra, I know him quite well. Tyra. A man with a great deal of innate talent in martial arts. Though the talent is offset by... That talent is offset somewhat by his, how to put this, brash personality. Brash is a very diplomatic way of putting it. Sorry to put you on the spot, but Tyra is about the only usable link I've got left in the police force, and the one person who's trying to stop me the most. Seeing as you train with him all the time, I was hoping you might know something that will change his mind, if you know what I mean. Are you asking me to help you blackmail Tyra? Beyond the obvious reasons why I wouldn't help you do that, I also happen to think it won't work. You may be surprised to hear this, but Tyra actually lives a fairly straightforward life. His excesses are nothing that would draw any scrutiny, at least not among his fellow officers. I hear he's engaged to be married soon as well. Someone actually agreed to marry that slime? The poor girl. Yes, a very nice girl. Apparently they're quite happy together. Oh yeah? See how long that lasts. Now, may I ask what exactly Tyra did to make you feel so strongly? Did to me? You should be asking him that. Ever since I started, he's looked down on me and never missed the chance to remind me how he felt. I ignore him because I figured if I worked hard enough and earned my promotion, that it would shut him up once and for all. You eventually got this promotion, I take it. Well, did he shut up like you thought? No, he got worse. It started with him spreading rumors about me sleeping around in HQ. Then there were various complaints to my supervisor. He couldn't stand that I'd won. It's all falling apart now, though, huh? He got my old job, and every time I see him, he has that smug grin on his stupid face like he's mocking me. So you hate the fact that, at least in his mind, he was right. Something like that. Tyra is not the first person to think a woman didn't deserve the promotion I got. But it stung a little extra when he ended up at my desk. Yes, I thought as much. You're not saying you think that brown-nosing, womanizing, lazy, good-for-nothing asshole actually deserves my spot, are you? No, I can't judge the inner workings of a police force, but from what I've heard, it certainly wouldn't be the first time an officer didn't earn their promotion honestly. Often, I watch my students spar, and I always notice an interesting trend. You see, usually the outcomes of matches have nothing to do with their skill. Is there a moral at the end of the story? Patience, I tell you. See, two students will face each other, but before they even draw their swords, they've decided the outcome. Students rank each other and themselves based on practice, their social status, their schools, or any number of things before they even enter my dojo. The student perceiving himself as stronger will always be more relaxed, more ready to attack, while the student resigns themselves to defeat, desperately defends. It's not skill or merit that wins the battle, it's expectations. See where I'm going with this? I do, but I'm not sure if I like it. You're saying that unless I can break Tyra's perception of me, I'll keep losing, right? Exactly. For a man like Tyra, who expects certain things of women, you've defied him at every turn, but if I suck to him and play the part, it might throw him off guard enough for me to win this fight. Sound about right? Very perceptive. Here, this should help. Sake? It's a gift. Oh, that's so flattering, I barely even know you. I suppose in order to degrade myself to scum like Tyra, I could use a drink. It's not for you. It's for Tyra. Oh, and here I was thinking you were being nice. This is a very expensive brand. As a matter of fact, it's Tyra's favorite. A gift for his promotion. Promotion he stole. Promotion into my position. Think of it as a way to throw him off balance. You can't strike at his heart until he drops his guard, after all. You know how to play the role he expects of you. I suspect you know the type of women he likes. Much as it pains me to admit that might work. Thanks for the sake. Drink the sake or exit. Nah, this is exit. Drinking the sake is not part of the plan. This is probably gonna end badly. I mean, that's my guess. The type of women he likes. So, are we going to the Butterfly Cafe? Just saying. That would probably end badly too. If the woman he's supposed to be with is the Butterfly Cafe lady, then I'm in shit, because she also hates me because of my poor decisions earlier in the game. Fuck. Alright guys, that's actually going to be it for me for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Things are getting interesting, to say the least. In the next one, let's find out what happens when we try to get Tyra drunk, I guess. I don't know. See what happens. Yeah, so, I hope to see you all in the next one. And until then, don't let the dark bite. LZ signing off.